Hello, everyone. Welcome to week number 3. Before time start, I assume that all of you took their progress photos and measurements earlier today. So ito yung pangalawa natin. And if you haven't, then it means you did not set a reminder or an alarm for that. Nilagay natin yan sa week 1 action items because it is very important. So kung isa ka sa nakalimot, I'll give you time to set a reminder or calendar task now before tayo mag-start. Mag-set kayo tomorrow and yung mga next succeeding weeks natin na magte-take tayo ng progress photos and measurements. Okay, so I will give you 10 seconds. We regularly check your spreadsheets, so please set a reminder for our progress photos and measurements. If you're done, let's start. So week number 3, calibrating and fine-tuning. How to make adjustments to your workout, nutrition, and habits so you know you're winning every week. So ito, favorite to ng mga previous clients. Masasagot dito yung tanong, bakit hindi ka nababawasan, yung weight fluctuations, paano malalaman kung nagkakaroon ba ng results every week, kung nagtotone ba, nagbibuild ka ba ng muscle, at kung hard gainer ka nga ba talaga. So here's what we're going to cover. How to know if you're winning every week even if you're not seeing any visual changes. The right fitness metrics to look at and adjust from to get to your dream body easily. The wrong fitness metrics most people give importance to that cause progress delay and confusion. The best and simplest way to confidently track muscle growth. How to make adjustments to continuously lose weight if cut ka or gain weight if bulk using 2 simple tools. The 4 questions to ask if your weight is stuck and never experience weight plateaus ever again. How to know when your abs will show and why you don't need a mirror and photos to achieve this goal. So question, is it possible to score high every week and still not achieve an amazing transformation? Type in the chat. Hula lang. And the answer is yes, because our body always adapts, so we need to continuously make adjustments. If we don't, our consistency with getting high scores won't produce a dramatic physical transformation. Yes, makakabuild tayo ng good habits, yung routine natin, pero sa fitness, yung pag-transform ng katawan natin, hindi siya kagaya ng ibang areas na you just have to show up and be consistent, then yun na yun. Successful ka na. Hindi siya ganun. Sa fitness, crucial yung adjustments. Yan yung importance ng step 4 dito sa 5 steps natin. Naalala nyo yung week 1, madaming sumagot na hindi siya important. And this is why this lesson is going to give you a lot of aha moments. And even sa previous Kaizen clients na hindi sineryoso yung adjustments, I'm 100% sure na madami pa rin kayong realizations dito. Sabi nga natin, sa week 1, yung focus mo, yung RAS mo, reticular activating system, iba na yung i-filter niya na importante sa'yo. Because you're on a different level now. The bird's eye view ng program natin, andito na tayo sa adjustment part. One of the crucial components to getting your wow transformation. So the first part, the right fitness metrics to look at and adjust from, and the wrong ones to avoid to get to your dream body easily. Last week, binanggit natin na dapat tayo mag-focus sa fitness over health. Bakit nga? Because fitness metrics are much easier to track. Maganda sa motivation and madali mag-course correct. And focusing sa fitness, meron niyang spillover sa health natin. Whereas sa health, kung nag-focus tayo doon, subjective siya. Diba? Pag nanghuhula lang tayo at nakikiramdam at wala tayong data, mahirap i-sustain yung motivation. Hindi natin alam kung nanalo tayo. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in dito sa fitness metrics. Ano ba yung mga fitness metrics na yan? Lista natin. Weight, photos, mirror, gym performance, body fat, percentage, muscle mass, measurements, others, yung feeling bloated, lumuluwag daw etc. Next question. Tingin mo ba lahat to importante? Let me know in the chat. The answer for that, hindi. Hindi lahat importante. After being in the fitness game for over a decade now and witnessing lots and lots of transformations, I discovered na sa mga fitness metrics na yan, meron lang tayong tatlong pinaka-importante. And the rest, we can discard them and we will still be able to achieve our fitness goal. For new students, anyone can try ano yung tatlo na yan? Ano yung tatlo na yan na dapat andito sa left? Type in the chat. Yung old clients, hayaan natin yung mga bago na sumagot. Hula lang. Let us know in the chat kung ano yung tatlo na yan. Yung tamang sagot, gym performance, weight, body part measurements. Ayan lang. And I'm going to prove to you na ayan lang talaga yung kailangan natin to get to our dream body. Pwede natin tapon lahat tong nasa kanan. Hindi natin sila kailangan. And in fact, some of the ones here are just going to delay or even halt your progress. Dito lang tayo mag-focus. Ito yung 80-20 ng fitness transformation, fitness metrics. O bakit tingin nyo? Itong tatlo lang. Same answer nung sa fitness versus health. Kasi ito, objective, easier to track, hindi natin madadaya. Itong kabila, subjective sila, mahirap i-track, or are not consistent. Hindi sila reliable. So examples nung nasa kanan. Yeah, in-body mercury drug, di ba? Meron pa mga pupunta dito sa mercury drug para magpa-check ng stats nila, body fat, muscle mass, saka yung mga bumibili ng Xiaomi, yung may mga body fat reading and kung ano-ano pa. So yung mga bumili ng ganitong scale, sorry sa inyo. These are not just not needed, but it's best to avoid this. Pero of course, kung nakabili ka na nito, kung nakapag-take ka na ng in-body mo, okay lang yun. Continue using it. Huwag lang tayo mag-rely or maging attached doon sa mga nakasulat, doon sa mga numbers na binibigay sa atin, bukod doon sa weight natin. Ang reason, meron silang consistency at accuracy issues. O, discuss natin mamaya yan. But for now, sorry muna. So once you get the adjustments right, you won't be needing us anymore. Which is yun naman talaga yung goal, di ba? For you to be self-reliant. Instead of us giving you the fish, we teach you how to fish. So the three most important metrics to get to your dream body. Gym performance, weight, body part measurements. Yan lang ang kailangan at yan yung mga pinaka-simple na tools. And ang gagamitin natin to measure them are this. Workout log, weighing scale, tape measure. They're the most important ones, not because sila yung simplest, but just because sila talaga yung pinakamagbibigay sa atin ng close to accurate data that will give us the confidence sa mga adjustments na gagawin natin. Now, let's start with the first one, gym performance. And we're going to track that using a workout log. The goal of lifting weights is to build more muscle. Bakit nga ulit important ang pag-build ng muscle? Sa lalaki ganyan. More muscle, more attractive look, more confidence, faster metabolism, stronger bones, ligaments, joints, healthier state overall. Kasi kasama ang mental state at happiness sa pagiging healthy. Sa babae naman, even if your goal is to just lose weight, building muscle should still be the goal kasi it will help you with that. It will help you with weight loss. And yung toning na yan, di ba, as we discussed, pasok yan sa building muscle. And if you look strong and sexy, you will feel that way too. Tama? And you're just a better version of yourself. And the reinforcement lang ulit na women don't need to be afraid na magiging Incredible Hulk kayo pag nagbuhat kayo. It's not going to happen because you have 10 times less testosterone than men. Pag nagbuhat kayo, you'll be sexier. Ito kayo sa kanan. Yan yung reality. Itong sa left, malabo yan kasi this is an example of someone who competes. So may involved na drugs dito. And think of what? How many years na yan? 5, 10, 20 even? So yeah, huwag kayong matakot magbuhat, di kayo magiging ganito. So example ng lacking muscle mass. Dito sa Kaizen, goal ko sa inyo is mas maganda dito. You don't just want to lose weight and have a saggy skin. And the best and simplest way to track muscle growth is simply via our steady strength progression. Ito yung sagot sa ng lacking muscle mass. Dito sa Kaizen, goal ko sa inyo is mas maganda dito. You don't just want to lose weight and have a saggy skin, yung hindi tight na skin. We will do better than this. So the goal of lifting weights is to build more muscle. And the best and simplest way to track muscle growth is simply via our steady strength progression. Ito yung sagot sa question na, Coach, paano ko malalaman kung lumalaki ba yung muscle mass ko? Paano ko malalaman kung nagkaka-results ba yung effort ko sa gym? So it's the ultimate sign. Yung gym progress natin. To understand that, magkita tayo example. So may friend ako, pangalan niya James. Sabi niya, nagpo-push up siya 20 reps a day. And he's doing that for over a year now. Question, malaki na ba yung chest at arms ni James? Type in the chat. And the answer is no. Probably iniisip na niya, Coach, ano gagawin ko? Ayaw lumaki ng insert body part ko. Kailangan ko ba ng ganito exercise? Mag-drop sets plus supersets ba ako? And insert any magic trick here. And ang sagot dyan, no, hindi yan yung kailangan niya. Another example, si Mary. Nag-50 sit-up siya a day for 1 year. Tanong, did she lose a lot of belly fat? And na-reveal na ba niya yung abs na inaasam-asam niya? Answer is, probably not. Probably, iniisip niya rin, Coach, ano gagawin ko? Ay lumit ng belly ko. Kailangan ko ba ng ganitong exercise? Kailangan ko ba mag-circuit training, mag-hit, and mga sauna suit na yun, at kung ano-ano pa. And that is not the answer. So paano ba talaga? Ano bang kailangan gawin? The simplest formula to transform any body part. Itong tatlo lang yan. First, pick any body part. Say chest, back, biceps, puwet. Next, determine the exercises you will use to hit that body part. And the last one, consistently increase your strength on those exercises while lifting with proper form. That's just it. Sobrang simple, kaya ini-ignore ng madami. Tama? Iniisip nila, it has to be more complicated than that. Hindi pwedeng yan lang. Sobrang simple niyan. And doon sila nagkamali. So men, women, ayan lang yung need natin gawin to get amazing results sa katawan natin. For example, let's say sa lalaki, chest. Yun yung first part. Pick any body part, chest. Next, determine the exercises. Bench press, dumbbell flies, push-ups. And the last one, add rep, weight, or both every week on the exercises above while lifting with proper form. Yan lang. And yung chest natin, lalaki na siya. Gaganda na siya. Example sa babae. Butt. Coach, gusto ko ng malaki ng puwet kasi gusto ng maniligaw ko. Next, determine the exercises. Squat, hip thrust, deadlift. And next, para lumaki yung puwet, add rep, weight, or both every week on the exercises above while lifting with proper form. Kung ayon, So ito lang talaga yung part mo dyan, yung pangatlo. Kailangan mo lang mag-add ng resistance regularly and consistently. Etong part na to, pwede namang kami na ni Coach Carlo gagawa nito. Diba? Ito yung pag-structure ng program. So makikita nyo sa Workout Builder or MF or ibang program si Coach Yo, naka-layout na yung mga exercises na gagawin nyo. So ang role mo na lang talaga, ito ang nasa baba. Yan lang. Another examples. Coach, paano lumaki yung biceps ko? Add 10, 20, 30, 50 pounds to your bicep exercises using proper form. Yan lang. Coach, paano lumaki yung puwet ko? Add 10, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds to your leg butt exercises using proper form. Yan lang. So this one, not this one. Hindi mo kailangan ng magic number of reps, magic number of sets, perform magic combinations and sequences of exercises, perform whatever shiny object. So ako, guilty ako dito. Mga 10 years ago, ang hilig ko kasi magbasa ng mga bodybuilding magazines sa Men's Health. Every month, bumibili ako niyan. So pag di lumalaki yung muscles ko, pag di ako nagkaka-results, iniisip ko agad, baka kasi ganito, baka kasi hindi ko sinunod yung 12 reps, baka kasi hindi ko ginawa yung ganong exercise. Baka kasi dapat 6 reps lang, hindi 10. Baka dapat inuna ko yung dumbbell flies bago bench press, etc. etc. So I'm sure, lahat naman tayo halos pinagdaanan to. And I think, marami pa dito na pinagdadaanan pa rin to. So, ang concern, hindi gumaganda chest or puwet ko sa babae. Ang iniisip agad natin, baka kailangan ko ng ganong exercise. Baka dapat X number of reps at sets ang gawin ko. Baka kailangan ko mag-supersets at drop sets. Again, hindi yan. Hindi gumaganda yung chest, butt, or whatever body part mo, not because of anything, but simply because you're still lifting the same weight and reps for years now. Yan lang. The person on the left will always have a better and faster transformation than the person on the right. So, kunwari, itong dalawang to, man, woman, nasa Kaizen sila. Pumili lang sila ng few exercises at in-apply nila yung progression. So, week 1, 20 kg, tapos for 1 year, na-increase nila yung lifts nila for up to 50 kg. Nag-progress sila sa mga exercises nila. So this man and woman, they will always beat the ones on the right sa pagandahan ng katawan at palakasan. Kasi ang focus ng mga nasa kanan are this. Using lots of exercises and techniques, but using the same weight and reps year after year. So guilty ako dito. Dati gagawin ko pa sa bench, flat, incline, decline. Gagawin ko pa cable, dumbbell, lahat yan. Diba? Ang goal, turo sa atin sa mga yung bro science, diba? Kailangan punitin mo yung chest mo, kailangan punitin mo yung biceps mo. So gagawin natin lahat ng exercises. Kala kasi natin, yun yung magbibigay sa atin ng results. Right? Sa babae naman, gagayahin ko yung workout ni ganito sa IG, yung artista, ganun gagawin ko, araw-araw, twice a day. Pero walang nangyayari. Kasi, hindi na bibigyan ng importance yung pinaka-importanting principle sa pag-transform ng katawan, which is yung progression. So kahit isang exercise lang gawin itong nasa left versus 10 dito sa right, lamang pa din to because they're progressing consistently. Gets yun? Hindi man na-realize na ba kayo? So this, not that. Sobrang simple eh. Kaya hindi siya shiny object. Ang gagawin lang natin, do this consistently. Yun lang. Kaya wala to sa mga magazines kasi hindi siya attractive. Diba? Sabihin doon, gawin mo tong isang exercise, do that for 4 to 6 months. Diba? Hindi bebenta yun. Pero this is the one that will get you the results. Which is yun naman gusto natin, di ba? So next one, supporting the first point. The most important workout principle is the principle of progressive overload. It means that in order for a muscle to grow, the body must be forced to adapt to a tension that is above and beyond what it has previously experienced. So in simple words, ibig sabihin lang yan, progressive overload equals more resistance over time. So more resistance, ibig sabihin more reps, more weight, more sets. Lahat ng more. Itong overtime, it means hindi lang one workout. Dapat may trend tayo na pataas tayo. Nag-i-increase tayo lagi. It means that month to month, if not week to week. So example, si James at si Kim, they're doing 20 push-ups and squats per day for 1 year. 200 grams protein sila, pinakain nila araw-araw, consistent with their calories, para silang baby matulog, 12 hours sleep, lots of supplements, perfect timing of meals and everything. Will they build more muscle mass and muscle tone? Type in the chat. Answer is no. Kasi hindi nila na-fulfill yung most important, yung primary goal natin, which is progressive overload. Nakafocus sila sa secondary factors at hindi dito sa nagbibigay talaga ng result. Okay, kuha yun? So, nung natutunan na nila na progressive overload ang pinaka-importante, in-apply nila. So, week 1, 25 reps. Week 2, 30, 35, until naabot nila yung 100 reps. Sa squat nila, sa push-ups nila. Kaya lang, sobrang busy nila sa work, sa family, sumaba lang yung protein nila. Ang target nila, let's say, 150 grams. Pero ang na-hit lang nila 100. Tapos lagi silang puyat, 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Tapos wala na rin silang iniinom na supplements. Ang tanong, will they build more muscle mass and muscle tone? And the answer is yes. Kasi fulfilled na ang most important metric natin sa muscle growth, sa muscle retention, sa muscle tone, which is yung progression natin sa mga workouts natin. Okay? Okay, gets yun? So next, any form of increase is considered progressive overload. So ways to do PO, progressive overload. Better exercise form or technique, more reps, more weight, more sets, and exercises. So the most important one here is this. Maayos na form or technique. Bago natin gawin to lahat, dapat check mo na to. Bakit siya importante? Kasi if you're doing the exercise wrong, hindi niya tatamaan yung targeted body part. Hindi niya ma-stimulate yung muscles. And bukod doon, prone ka sa injury. Kapag di mo natatamaan yung targeted muscle, hindi siya lalaki. Hindi siya mag-grow. Hindi siya magta-transform. And of course, pag na-injure ka, hindi ka makakapag-gym. Pag di ka nakapag-gym, lalong wala kang results. Kasi mapapahinga ka. Okay? So ito muna ang unang-una bago tayo mag-add ng reps, weight, at saka sets and exercises. So ito nakalagay, advanced stuff, so be careful. Kasi sa fitness, naalala niyo yung webinar natin, more is not better. If you do too many, you won't be able to recover and therefore you won't be able to progress. Acceptable forms of progressive overload. So dito, babaan natin yung bar natin, yung standard natin. Ito yung mga pwede. Same reps and weight but with better form. So pag last week, kunwari, pangit ang form mo sa squats, parang half squat lang ginagawa mo, but today, nagawa mo full squats with the same weight, then considered as progressive overload. Next, plus 1 rep with the same weight. Even 1 rep. Okay na yan. Next, 1 pound using the same number of reps. Meron tayong tinatawag na mga microplates. So okay na yan, 1 pound. Kasi if you add the element of time, let's say you add 1 pound for over a year, ang laki na ma-add. And the next one plus 1 set or exercise. So lahat yan, so any form of increase, considered yon as progressive overload. Dito lang sa first one, ang reminder ko lang dito, wag lang natin siya gawing rationalization, yung better form na yan, para hindi mag-adjust, para hindi mag-add ng resistance. I often see a lot of gym goers na okay naman yung form nila at pwede na sila mag-add ng weight or reps, pero since ayaw nila, natatakot sila, they always tell the excuse na inaayos pa nila yung form nila. Kaya yun, ilang years na, same pa rin yung binubuhat nila, kaya wala silang results. Meron mag-guilty dito? Okay? So, wag natin maging rationalization yun. Pag okay na yung form natin, pag proficient, hindi perfect, okay na yun. Pwede nang mag-add. So, example ng progressive overload via reps. So, week 1 to 4, same weight lang, pero nag-add siya ng 1 rep. Example, via weight. So, week 1 to 4, same reps, pero nag-add siya ng weight. And a reminder, hindi natin kailangan i-limit yung sarili natin by choosing one over the other. We can combine both if we can. Yun yung keyword, if we can. Let's say we can add the reps and weight ng sabay and still perform proper technique. So bakit natin i-limit yung sarili natin na mag-add lang ng weight or reps? Right? If mamili lang tayo pero kaya naman natin parehas dagdagan, then we're leaving some gains on the table. So wala siyang limit as long as you're doing your form correctly. But as you get advanced, mabagal na talaga yung progress natin, so doon tayo pwede mag-decide ano yung uunahin natin dagdagan. Reps ba or weight? Or pwedeng alternate natin sila. Kasi nga, reinforce tayo. Based sa mga natutunan natin, future coaches, for yourself or for others, if someone asks you this, Coach, hindi lumalaki o nagtotone yung insert body part ko. Yung chest ko, yung arms ko, yung puwet ko, yung legs ko. Hindi lumalaki, hindi nagtotone. Ginagawa ko naman yung exercise name. Bakit kaya? So what's the best reply to this question to determine with certainty yung root cause ng problem niya? Let me know in the chat. Try lang. Okay, ang answer, pag may nagtanong yan, answer them back with this question. Ilan na ba binubuhat mo sa exercise name? That's just it. Kasi most likely, you will find out na magaan pa yung binubuhat nila. At kung magaan pa yung buhat, what does it say? Na mahina siyang nilalang. Joke lang. So pag magaan pa yung buhat niya sa exercise na yon, it's either bago pa lang siya sa pagbubuhat or hindi siya consistent sa pag-apply ng progressive overload or even hindi niya alam yung progressive overload. Buhat lang ng buhat, gusto lang mapagod kasi yung sabi ni coach, hardcore. And if progressive overload is not applied, then walang results na mangyayari. Okay, gets yun? So yung question na, ilan na ba binubuhat mo? It is the biggest domino question for almost all concerns related to getting results and transforming. So since madaming sa inyo mahilig sa quote ni Cici, here's another one for me. Finding out how much someone lifts with proper form is not a judgment because it is a crucial indicator of how well that someone understands and applies the most important workout principle, which is progressive overload. Gets yun? Okay, recap, any form of increase is considered progressive overload. But before adding weight reps, set, or exercise, getting your exercise form and technique right should be the utmost priority. Next, the only way we can make sure we're progressing is by having a workout log. Tracking is key. Kaya pina-download at pinagamit namin sa inyo yung app na Strong. Dati yung bago-bago ako sa gym, hindi nga bago-bago, umabot ako ng ilang years. Hindi ako nagtatrack. Tinatandaan ko lang yung mga buhat ko. Kaya ilang years lumipas, same at same pa rin yung ginagawa ko. Kaya wala nagbabago. So for this, hindi natin pwedeng pagkatiwalaan yung memory natin. Makakalimutan natin sila kasi daming exercise na ginagawa. And yung sabi sa nabasa ko, the brain is for creating ideas, not for storing them. Sayang yung brain space pag tinatandaan natin yung mga bagay-bagay. Like our calories and steps, kailangan natin i-track yung mga workouts natin so we know the numbers to beat next time. So the only way we can make sure we're progressing is by having a workout log. Tracking is key. And a workout log to track gym performance is way more important than any machine tracking muscle mass. Ulit and a workout log to track gym performance is way more important than any machine tracking muscle mass. Ito yung gagamitin natin, hindi ito. Hindi yung mga machines na nagtatrack ng muscle mass daw. So, mag-rely tayo dito sa kanan, ganito mangyayari. Sabi ng timbangan doon sa gym, sabi ng InBody, sabi ng mercury drug, sabi ng weighing scale ko, nababawasan daw ako ng muscle mass. Lagi ko naman hinihit yung protein ko at ina-apply yung progressive overload. Ano kaya mali ko? So, ganyan mangyayari. Mapapraning at ito yung iisipin. Siguro dapat magpalit na ang program. Baka dapat sundin ko yung mga supersets, drop sets na yun. Baka tama talaga si Coach Hardcore. Dapat ata talaga, araw-araw ko mag-workout. Hindi naman ata totoo yung sinasabi ni Coach Joe. Kahit tama naman yung ginagawa mo, kahit nakakapag-add ka ng weight consistently, it will cause confusion sa'yo and you will just doubt your decisions. And by systems thinking, anong mangyayari pag dinout mo yung decisions mo? Hindi ka na mag-immerse sa program, titweak mo na, tatamarin ka na, then sasabihin mo, next year na lang ulit. Nagkakalamat na naman si self-esteem, and probably next time, baka hindi mo na rin itry. Or maghahanap ka na naman ng shiny object. Pero hindi ka na ganyan, syempre. Andito ka na sa Kaizen. Ganito na yung thinking mo. Since gym progress is the determining factor for muscle growth and retention, therefore results, then I don't have to worry. And I don't need to change my program. Every workout ko naman lagi ako nakakapag-add ng weight and reps using proper form. And therefore, I'm on my way to my dream body kahit ano pang sabihin ng machine/device na yun. So it's best na, huwag mo lang i-check, di ba? Hindi naman sila kailangan eh. So this man and woman, they will still have an amazing transformation kahit hindi nila i-check yung muscle mass nila even forever. Kahit nga wala silang alam sa fitness or sa calories or sa protein. As long as they're applying progressive overload, which is yung determining factor for their physical transformations, sure, magkakaroon sila ng results. Again, this, not that. Okay? Next. We can't always add weight or reps. In fact, you may even regress on some days or some exercises due to so many factors, and it's okay. The important thing is that we always try. So sa progressive overload, ito yung expectation versus reality. Yung una ko natutunan yung PO na yan, kala ko dire-diretso lang yung pagtaas ng weight. Pero hindi ganyan. Ganito yan. Hindi laging Pasko. And normal yun. Babawasan tayo minsan, madagdagan minsan, may hirapan minsan madali. Ganun talaga. So factors that influence our workout progress. First is sleep. A lack of sleep affects energy. Next, yung form natin at technique natin. Wrong form won't stimulate muscle growth and strength to the targeted body part. Next, workout intensity. Too little intensity won't produce size plus strength. On the other hand, too much work won't give you ample time and resources to recover and grow. Next, overall stress, especially yung mga stressors natin outside fitness. So our body only has a limited capacity to cope up with stress and to recover and grow from our workouts. Bodybuilding, transforming our bodies, is about energy management. Next, calories and protein. When we're dieting, pag naka-calorie deficit tayo, we have less tools to allow for optimal recovery and muscle growth. And eating little protein automatically gives us this disadvantage. So kaya i-hit natin protein natin lagi. Okay? And the last one, bad day. Hindi laging Pasko. Even if all of the above are checked and optimized, we can still experience plateaus and even regressions. Okay? Again, the important thing is that we always try to progress. So next one, my favorite. I'm sure kahit feeling mo magaling ka na sa fitness, you will still get a lot from this part. The determining factor of muscle growth and retention is mainly our gym progress. Everything else is secondary. Consistently get stronger while using proper form, and your muscles will get bigger. Gain strength, and your muscle growth will always follow no matter what other metrics say. So best way to explain this is to stimulate your brain. Sagutan lang natin to. Who is most likely to improve their lean body mass? A big part niyan is yung muscle mass natin. And reminder lang again, for women, yung muscle mass na yan yung responsible sa pagiging toned. So putting it here para hindi kayo matakot sa word na muscle mass. So yun yung mga girls na may muscle mass. They're strong, sexy. Hindi naman sila nakakatakot, di ba? So balik tayo dito. Who is most likely to improve their lean body mass? Si person 1 ba? Si 2 or 3? Person 1, naka-calorie deficit siya ng 800. Minus 800. Only hitting protein sometimes. Yung tulog niya, hindi kompleto. 5 to 6 hours a day lang. Pero gaining strength siya every week. Week to week. Person 2, naka-calorie deficit ng 500. So, nasa conservative side siya. Consistently eating 1 gram per pound of protein. And maintaining strength week to week. Person 3, nasa maintenance calories. So, mas marami siyang nakakain na calories kumpara dito sa dalawang persons. Consistently eating 1.5 grams per pound of protein. Ang dami niyang protein. Sleeping 9 to 10 hours a day para siyang baby matulog and maintaining strength week to week. So, sa tatlong to, who is most likely to improve their lean body mass? Yung mga bago, type in the chat. Kahit hula lang. Ay mga old clients, bigay natin ito sa mga bago. Okay? So type in the chat, I'll give you 10 seconds. Tignan niyo maigi yan. Okay? Engage and participate to drill this into your head. Okay? Hula lang. Type 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the answer is person 1.